If you haven't seen Vivarium, be prepared, as this contains a few spoilers. As a short recap, this film follows a young couple, Tom and Gemma, as they are stranded in an inescapable cookie-cutter neighborhood. There, they're tasked with raising a child, at which point they can be released.
It's a boy.
It was clear from the very beginning that this boy was a little man in training. His hair was always perfectly gelled, his white shirt perfectly pressed and free from stains. Even his voice was a strange mix of a child's and a man's.
Where were you today?
I was solving a mystery.
While this was all very unsettling, it also removes the elements that typically endear children to people. His antics quickly grate on Tom and Gemma, and rightfully so. All children mimic their parents as an example of how to act as a human, but this kid takes it to a whole new level. He has almost perfect impressions of both Tom and Gemma.
Whatever.
It was interesting to see how he would always look for their reaction afterwards in order to see how he was doing. The child had no concept of socialization and could not tell based off of how they treated him.
That boy is always watching.
The frog-like qualities of the child definitely have us guessing, but we see it as an ode to the movie title, as a vivarium would be a typical habitat for these amphibians.
Are you overwhelmed again, Mother?
I am not your mother.
In the Yonder neighborhood, the food has no taste, the clouds all look exactly the same, and the house contains only the minimum necessities. Everything is a lifeless shell of what it should be. This begins to take a toll on Tom and Gemma's relationship as they are now imprisoned together with no other outlets. They quickly grow apart, focusing only on the things they have to provide intrigue. For Tom, this is digging his hole. It provides no value and certainly won't provide an escape, but it gives him a purpose for his days that he quickly latches onto.
This is something that I could do. Please just let me do this.
He takes such ownership that he even begins excluding Gemma from joining. This progresses to the point where he sleeps in the hole rather than going to sleep with his girlfriend. At the same time, Gemma latches on to the mystery of the boy. Spending time with him creates a somewhat bond between the two, but it's quickly shaken each time he pulls an antic that is clearly not human.
I want to go home.
Silly Mother, you are home.
Altogether, it's an unsettling parallel of human life and how we place our meaning in different things. Gemma could have let Tom starve the boy, but her maternal nature prevented it. In her humanness, she felt compelled to help him. Similarly, as the man of the house, Tom created a task that felt, at the very least, semi-productive. We loved the overall circular nature of this film. The opening scene has Tom and Gemma burying a baby bird after it had been pushed out of the nest by another. This was perfectly emulated in the end, where the child buries both parents after pushing them out of the home. The final scene with the child resetting the house and replacing Martin was a perfect ending, as the cycle began again. How would you have lived your life in Vivarium? Let us know in the comments below.